How can you stand out as a speaker? Well, in today's video, we're analyzing a Toastmaster world champion. She's not a famous actress, politician, or influencer, but she uses fantastic public speaking skills that show confidence, charisma, and make an impact. You can apply these speaking tactics in any presentation, whether it's at work or elsewhere, on any topic, because the point is that when you stand in front of a group of people, you want to captivate their attention, you want to keep them engaged, and that's the focus of this video. Let's get started.
Life will sometimes feel like a fight. The punches, jabs, and hooks will come in the form of challenges, obstacles, and failures.
These 15 seconds are crucial. You want to leave a great first impression and you want to hook the audience right away. And she does this in two ways. She moves and she shows a fight, which really makes it real. The point is to really grab the attention by taking the audience right there with you into that scene. The second thing is her timing and pacing are impeccable. She moves across the stage, she stops, then she talks in a very calm and confident way. Not speedy, not rushed.
Most often, our most challenging opponent is ourselves.
Her moves and vocal variations, they really matter, and you'll notice more of that in the coming clips. Let's continue to the next part.
Mr. Contest Chair, fellow fighters, can you think of a time when life tried to knock you down?
Here is something important, and I'll play a few seconds back, because here's how she engages and talks to the audience.
Mr. Contest Chair, fellow fighters, can you think of a time when life tried to knock you down?
You must talk to the audience and get the audience to respond to you, and that's exactly what she does.
Mr. Contest Chair, fellow fighters.
She's talking specifically to her audience, and then she follows with a provocative question again to her audience.
Can you think of a time when life tried to knock you down?
Can you think of a time that life knocks you down? And that question makes you think. You're engaged because you're thinking about her question. Also, her body language is fantastic. She doesn't just explain something, she shows it. She shows that knock of knocking you down. Now she's ready to continue, but that first minute is crucial. She made sure to captivate and engage you.
Round one, college.
Impeccable timing of her movements, her walks across the stage. You will notice more about how and exactly when she moves in the following clips as well. But the point is that she moves, she doesn't talk. She stops, and then she makes a point. You have one idea, you talk about it, you stop. Then you move, and you move to another idea or another point. Some speakers, they move all the time, back and forth, and talk while they're moving a little too much. Some speakers don't move at all, stand still. So a good mix and a good timing and pacing is crucial. Try and stick to one idea, talk about it, stand still while you talk about it, and then maybe go to the past or the future in your story. You make a little movement, and then you stop and you talk again. She's not talking when she's moving. Take a look.
And I would never go back. Round two.
By the way, if you like this content, can you please hit that like button and the subscribe as well? Thank you. Let's go further into the body of her talk.
I married my soulmate, the love of my life, my best friend. And he was fine too. We were married for 8 long, beautiful, amazing months.
The way to make your talk stand out and make your speech unforgettable is by telling stories. Because the human brain doesn't connect well with facts and figures and data, but they connect with emotions and storytelling. Remember, people don't remember what you say, people remember how you make them feel. And you can do that through anecdotes, through storytelling.
We were married for 8 long, beautiful, amazing months.
You can feel the emotion. You are there with her. But she's also using humor, and here's what she does next.
You heard right, months, not years. It was like immediately after we said I do.
Notice this. Notice her hands. Because this is crucial when you're standing in front of people. You are performing. You are creating an act, like an actor in a movie. You need to get out of the lecturing and start moving your body and be like an actor and embody characters. Play that scene like a movie. Take people in, draw people in. Make them watch you, make them follow you. Let me know in the comments if this performing, this acting makes sense to you, because acting something out is so much more powerful than just explaining something. And people will connect more because it makes it more vivid and more real. Your goal is to stand out in front of people. Your goal is not to just say words. Your goal is to be unforgettable. Your goal is to have people walk away and have something inside of them change. Something that makes them change their behavior. And here's a great example of how she does that.
Instead of looking into a mirror of defeat, it became a window of possibilities.
I highly recommend that you watch the entire speech, and I'll link to it below, because the way her speech flows throughout and the way she uses all of these speaking tips and tricks throughout her speech are just so powerful to watch and to learn from. Now let's go towards the end of her speech, where she wraps it all up and ties it all together. What you want to do at the end of your speech is, you've been telling these stories, these anecdotes, and this is really the time where you want to end with a certain insight, a takeaway, something that they will remember, something that will make them change that behavior.
Stay in that ring. And even after you take a few hits, use what you learned from those previous fights, and at the end of each round, you'll remain still standing.
She closes the circle. She takes you back to her opening scene, the boxing ring. And she has a strong call to action, that inspiration for you to take away. Amazing speech. And again, I'll link to it below. So much to learn from. And I love watching and observing these speakers, these great speakers to learn from, and how they captivate and engage us. I'm trying to improve all the time myself. Let me know in the comments what your biggest takeaway was from this video and this speaker. And do you have any names or famous people or celebrities that you would like me to analyze next? And maybe bad speakers or speakers that made mistakes, like I've analyzed Kate Middleton's royal blunders when she was standing in front of an audience. I love learning from mistakes just as much as I love learning from great speakers. So take a look at this one, and I'll see you there.